We had a really good couple days of rain, and now everything needs fertilized out here at the community gardens. And today I'm going to focus on the fast feed, the foliar feeds, and the liquid bone meals for the roots and fruits. Let me show you what I got here. Liquid bone meal, that's for roots, fruits, and flowers. Fish emulsion concentrate. Leaves and greening and foliar. I got soluble seaweed concentrate. It's got hormones and micronutrients. It's rich in potassium and iron. Okay. Promotes healthy microbiology. Fights chlorosis. Right here I've got humic acid and rainwater. Promotes a healthy biology, balances pH, improves soil structure. We're going to add that to our water today, and we're going to start feeding. So we got some pretty good rain, like I said, and we've seen some good vegetative growth coming, but it's been a long time since I've given these things any type of nitrogen, because they were fruiting, flowering, but they're starting to fade a little bit, but yet we are seeing regrowth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit them with some fish emulsion soluble seaweed in one of these chem sprayers. Set it 8 ounces, and I'm going to give them a good foliar dousing. And I'm also going to put just a tiny little bit on these bush beans over here, because they're getting a little bit yellow, but we don't want to deter or slow down any type of fruiting and flowering, so we're going to give them just a little bit. Here on the purple peas, if we can get some vegetative growth going, we can regrow these things, and then we can get another nice flowering out of them before the frost. You can tell by the color that it's really, really heavy with fish emulsion, at 8 ounces per gallon. That's what you want to do. You're not, you can control how much you put on, but it's better just to put it on like that, and it won't burn it. So don't worry about that. And you can use other things, but this fish emulsion is just a quick way to fill in the niches in the nitrogen armor. Get a good dose. Notice how over here I'm just giving a real light spray. That'll be enough on the bush beans. We don't want to over fertilize them with nitrogen. Normally I would have brought a water pitcher or a sprinkling can, and I would have mixed it up that way, but I like mixing it up in a tub like this and using just like a water pitcher, like something you would use for tea or something, 1 gallon. But sometimes I forget stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make up about 3 gallons in here. I'm going to mix these 3 things, and then I'm just going to pour it on. But let me show you what I'm going to use. I'm going to put just a little bit of humic acid here, just enough to dechlorinate and to help promote the healthy microbiology we're wanting to do. We want it to help our crops be more nutrient dense. And then we're going to use liquid bone meal. And now when you use this stuff, now this isn't just like something you buy at the store. This is something you buy at the store, and then I mix this in with some water to water it down. So you won't use as much of it as I do. And I'm just winging it. I don't have a measuring cup, so you'll just see how much I put in there in a minute. But you got to make sure that it's all mixed in good before you use it. And this is the soluble seaweed. I use it for iron and for potassium. Now that's what we're focusing on. We're focusing on developing big roots here in small tops. Well, we've got plenty of tops. See, we don't want to get any bigger on the tops. So we're going to lay off any type of nitrogen. We're going to use calcium to lock out nitrogen and to promote bigger roots. And we're going to add this stuff here, which is all fruiting, flowering nutrients. Well, here's about how much bone meal I'm going to use. Yeah. Let's see. And here's the soluble seaweed. There. There's a splash of humic acid. We don't use a lot of it. That's it right there. Okay, and I'll make that about 3 gallons worth, and I'll spread that out on that bed of radishes right there. And I'll do the same thing for the carrot beds and for the beet beds. Once I apply it, then I'll just go ahead and water it in a little bit. Make sure it's not all over the leaves, because that soluble seaweed has iodine in it, and it can cause a lensing effect which can burn the leaves, so I try to rinse it off after I get done applying it. I'll do this about once a week on these root vegetables. Bed here, this is our beets, our boral beets, and I don't have the tops yet that I'd like to see before I cut out the fish emulsion. So I'm going to go ahead and throw some fish emulsion in with this one just to make sure that we can promote some healthier tops before we focus on just the roots.